This is Danny with QuadLugs, and today we're helping out someone that just finished a build on a box quad. It's got a little bit of wear and tear on here. We're going to replace this box and make it look all pretty. But I think he had quite a few crashes, and that's what caused this. But anyway, we're going to go through and see what I found. Motor was reversed. That's one thing. The other thing I found was the controller, the CC3D controller, had the sticky pads or the double-sided tape put down the middle, and it was rocking back and forth. You don't really want that because you can change the level calibration on that. So I reinstalled it with 4 sticky pads. It sits down nice and uniform that way. The other thing I found, I put the CC3D on lever pilot, and we ran it through the wizard on the quad and the transmitter. It looks like the ESC calibration on it was faulty. So one thing you want to do is when you're doing the ESC calibration, it says to hit start, then you plug in the battery, you'll hear a beep, then you hit stop. You want to make sure there's only one beep. You hit start, you plug it in, you hear one beep, you hit stop. It's on the video. You can review the CC3D install video, and in that section it shows exactly what to do with that. The other thing I found was in the transmitter wizard was the mode was not set. All 3 modes were not set. When you're in the video going over it, you can read that along as you go, and that way you'll establish all the modes and they'll be working. Now, what we're doing in all 3 modes, we're leaving them all on stabilization at this time, but as you fly it, or if you have an experienced pilot that flies it first, or as your comfortability increases with the flying, you can start increasing the rate on your controller, and you'll do that through your different modes, your flight modes. You might hear a little sniffling today. It's really, really cold out here, and the wind is not crazy, but it's not good. But anyway, we're still going to fly it. So that's basically the thing I found, with reverse motor. ESC calibration was definitely off, and I think we covered everything pretty good. Anyway, they put the switch in, and that's pretty cool. Never thought about doing that, but that works out. Anyway, we're ready to go fly it. I use a different plug than you guys are using, so this is just a adapter plug that I'm using. So, this will be taken off, and you'll still have this when it goes back to you. Okay, so let's go out and fly it, and we'll see how it does. Oh, and this is my first flight from running it back through the wizard. Okay, we're going to go ahead and plug it in. He's got the switch off here, and we're going to go ahead and plug this one in. And let me go ahead and turn the transmitter on. Old habit, I'm not used to the switch, so we'll go ahead and plug it in. Coming on all of our future box quads, we're going to have a nylon screw with a nut that fits here to hold this closed. So that's something coming up with every one of them, actually on this next round. But for this one, we're going to use good old painter's tape. When the boxes are new, this will pretty much hold closed after you get some age on it. But, they'll start to open up a little bit. You don't want that, because if I've had them come completely open on me, and sometimes that's not too good. But anyway, we're going to put some painter's tape on there just to make sure that it's not going to open on us. And like I said, all the future ones, we're going to have a nylon screw on there. So, on any of them that's already been delivered and it doesn't have the nylon screw with it, you can go to any hardware store, Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, any of those guys, and get a 1/4 inch by 20 nylon screw, and then you can get a nut for it. And I just, go ahead and center it up in here and put get a drill and drill through this. Makes a nice neat hole, and I just hot glue the nut behind it. Works really, really good. Let's go fly. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and check rotation, because like I said, I just got through with the Wizard on this, and you know, this is my first flight, so I want to make sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and arm it, and that's on the throttle all the way down and to the right. And we're gonna bump it a little bit, and you can see front left is clockwise, front right is counterclockwise, and that's here. The back right is clockwise, and the back left is counterclockwise. Okay, and here it's just maybe 1/8 of an inch of throttle, and this is what you get. So be careful with it, and give you some distance back, and you know, we're going to go ahead and try it out. Now I'm getting a wind here left to right, and it's blowing pretty good, so we'll see how it does. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it some throttle, and we're gonna try it out. Okay, looking pretty good. Now this does not have GPS hold, so you're gonna have to constantly make inputs to keep it flying straight and level. Okay, and here I'm, you know, giving some left aileron, and I'm giving some forward, or some pitch forward, and right here I'm just letting it sit on the same throttle setting here, so it's doing pretty good. Now this is the wind, that's the way the wind's blowing, that's nothing being done to it, and that's what happens. It's gonna go on. So you're gonna have constant input on it. We're flying into the wind right there. Flying really good. I think the ESC calibration was the problem. Now one thing is, and I'll mention this a lot, and sometimes I get, you know, kind of in trouble for saying it too much, is, let me go ahead and land this while they go by, is throttle management. And I know I get in trouble sometimes, or I get, anyway, throttle management, you'll have to constantly, it's not like a plane, it's not like GPS, hold or lock. You're gonna have to always give some input, and very little input. Now we're going downwind, and you see how much faster it's going. There's quite a bit of wind coming left to right. And we're turning back into the wind again. So, you know, if you're not experienced with a quad, you know, what I'm saying is the honest truth. Just, you know, you'll have a learning curve. If you're an experienced pilot, you'll go, oh, I know what I'm doing, just be quiet, and that's fine. So anyway, easy movements on all the control surfaces until you get real comfortable with it. And on the throttle, just be gentle with it. Small movements. Anyway, she's flying good. I'm happy with it. Doing a good job. And if it was a little bit less windy, I could be a little bit prettier with it maybe. But it's doing good. Really good. Now you need to set up some kind of timer. You know, I would you know, maybe set a timer on your phone or whatever, and give yourself 5 minutes. Fly it, land it, see where you're sitting battery wise. Then if you still have battery life left, then go ahead and, you know, fly it another minute. Try it again and again, and then you'll establish a good flight time in, you know, the way you fly. Now, of course, the harder you fly, the less time you're going to get on the battery. The more gentle you fly, you'll get more time. I normally like to, on the 3-cell battery, I like to, you know, quit flying or limit my usage down to about 3.8 whenever you test it, and on all 3 cells, and you'll find your battery life lasts a lot longer. Tons of stuff on the internet. Check it out. If you need me, if I can help in any way, I'm just an email away. Or leave a comment, and I'll do whatever I can. Anyway, this is Danny with QuadLugs. I'm gonna go ahead and land it. It's cold, and I'm gonna go home, and it works good. I just want to say your build was really good. Just a couple of minor things. Other than that, great build. Good job. This is Danny. We'll talk to you later.